You still wake up every morning. You go to work, you laugh at jokes, you pay the bills. On the outside, your daily functioning looks completely normal. But inside, life has started to feel like a motion blur. You aren't intensely sad, exactly, but the deep, vibrant presence you used to feel has gone completely flat. This disconnect rarely starts with a massive trauma or a singular dramatic event. You didn't suddenly lose yourself. Instead, you slowly faded away. You stopped noticing the small moments, and the quiet spaces between tasks simply dissolved. Now, your days run on an automatic loop. You open your eyes, reach for the phone, and start the scroll. You flood your brain with short videos, notifications, and endless distraction, hoping that one of these digital inputs will spark a genuine reaction. You are consuming more information, more entertainment, and more human experience than any generation in history, yet you feel less emotionally alive than ever. This passive consumption creates a deeply unsettling side effect in how you process time. Entire weeks seem to vanish the moment they're over. You look back at the last month, and the days have entirely blurred together into one giant block of existence. Human beings encode strong, lasting memories through movement, friction, and active participation. But when you replace direct experience with passive observation, watching other people travel, succeed, and live through a screen, your brain registers the input but doesn't anchor the memory. Time feels lost because you've stopped noticing it. You are surviving your daily routine, watching the minutes pass without experiencing the weight of them. Your baseline mental activity naturally operates like a gently rolling wave, but modern life floods the brain with relentless dopamine spikes. The brain adapts by aggressively raising its threshold. Now, gentle pulses of regular reality bounce harmlessly against this elevated line. This biological defense mechanism is what causes emotional flattening. Because highly stimulating content is instantly available, the emotional buildup of anticipation disappears entirely. Your daily existence doesn't feel painful, but nothing feels magical either. Your mind is not broken. It is functioning exactly as it was designed to. It has simply adapted to an unnatural environment of infinite, effortless dopamine. This constant stimulation creates a severe intolerance for quiet. Years ago, boredom lasted long enough to spark imagination. Now, the exact second, an uncomfortable silence appears, a phone, a podcast, or a playlist is summoned to instantly fill the void. This funnel represents your mind's capacity to process stress. Without periods of stillness, the brain cannot perform background maintenance. Constant distraction seals the exit. As a result, unresolved daily thoughts violently pile up and overflow into a massive emotional backlog. By using external noise to suppress that backlog, you avoid the immediate discomfort of boredom. You have likely spent years without hearing your own thoughts. You are overstimulated, receiving a barrage of relentless activity while remaining emotionally starving. Without silence, the connection to your own inner voice slowly deteriorates. Reversing this numbness requires teaching your brain how to feel reality again. You start by lowering the stimulation threshold. Reducing the frequency of instant, unearned rewards forces your brain's baseline to drop back down to a natural level. The process continues by stepping into the quiet. You must deliberately sit with the initial discomfort of boredom and silence. It is only by removing the block of constant distraction that your mind can finally drain its emotional backlog. Finally, you have to break the automatic loop of observation. You need to seek out real-world difficulty and physical novelty. When you actively participate in a challenging task, your brain wakes up and encodes vivid, lasting memories. The human emotional system regains its sensitivity through the contrast of silence and friction. It heals through deliberate effort, not through seeking more dopamine. At first, stripping away constant noise feels deeply uncomfortable. The quiet feels loud, but that friction is your mind waking up. It took thousands of hours for your brain to build up its defensive numbness. Reversing that process and unearthing the excitement you used to feel will require patience. Reclaiming your life means stopping the search for stimulation